I used to wake up every morning to the same alarm sound. Not because I needed it anymore, but because my body had memorized it after almost 13 years of doing the same thing. Same time, same routine, the same quiet dread mixed with comfort. I'd lie there for a second and tell myself everything was fine. The job was stable, the paycheck was good, with benefits, health insurance, a 401k, all the boxes checked. On paper, this was what making it looked like. And yet, every morning, there was this low hum of anxiety I couldn't explain. Not panic or fear, just a hollow feeling, like something important was missing. What messed with my head was the contradiction. I was earning more than my parents ever did at my age, more than my grandparents could even imagine, and still somehow I felt poorer than ever. Not broke, but trapped, like I was running on a treadmill that kept speeding up, rewarding me with higher numbers while quietly stealing my sense of control. For a long time, I thought this was just adulthood. Turns out it wasn't random at all. It was designed. This is what I now call the salary trap. I'll tell you about a guy named David because his story looks a lot like mine, and probably yours too. David is 37, smart, responsible, doing everything right. He makes $85,000 a year, which puts him in the top 20% of income earners. That sounds rich until you zoom in. His paycheck hits every 2 weeks, about $3,200 before taxes, and by the time taxes are done chewing it, he sees around $2,400. Here's the trick, though. He never really feels like he receives that money because it doesn't arrive as a decision point where he asks himself what to do with it. It arrives already divided, already spoken for, already gone. This is where the first weapon of the salary trap kicks in: fragmentation. His rent is $1,200, food runs about $400, and the car payment, insurance, and gas together come out to around $550. Phone bill, internet, and subscriptions quietly drain another $120, while utilities add $140. By the time 2 weeks are over, David has $48 left. 48. And yet, he doesn't feel robbed. He has a roof, a car, food in the fridge, and Netflix on the TV. Life feels okay. And that's the illusion. The system doesn't take everything from you at once. It slices your income into invisible pieces until there's nothing meaningful left. You get a lifestyle, not assets. Motion without real progress. That's why fragmentation is the salary trap's #1 weapon. Then comes the second trap, lifestyle inflation, and this one feels like success. We're taught from day one that education leads to a better job, and sometimes that path even starts with debt. So you graduate, get a job, and suddenly the pressure is on to level up your life. When your salary goes from $60,000 to $90,000, you don't feel richer, you feel upgraded. A nicer apartment, a better car, a few more trips. Everything expands to match your income without you ever consciously choosing it. Each raise feels like freedom for about 5 minutes before it tightens the leash even more. This is how golden handcuffs are made. No one forces them onto you, and that's the genius of it. You willingly lock them on because the options look reasonable, even desirable. You start believing that moving forward in life means spending more, that earning more automatically means becoming richer. But freedom has nothing to do with your salary number. A CEO making $500,000 can be just as stuck as someone making $50,000. The real measure of freedom is the gap between what you earn and what you need to survive, and the system is very good at keeping that gap as small as possible. I saw this clearly with my friend Jeff. Jeff works in tech and makes 6 figures. From the outside, people think he's crushing it. Inside, he's exhausted. He talks about quitting all the time, but never does. He's got a $400,000 house, 2 cars, and kids in private school. When he got a $20,000 raise, he felt relief, like he'd finally caught his breath. That feeling lasted maybe a month. Then the expenses crept up. Higher mortgage costs, more insurance, higher medical bills, more day-to-day spending. His stress didn't disappear, it just scaled with his income. The raise didn't build wealth, it built bigger obligations. This is the part no one likes to admit. A workforce living paycheck to paycheck is easy to control. When your expenses are always chasing your income, risk feels impossible. Starting a business, investing in an idea, or even taking time off feels reckless. Meanwhile, landlords, banks, car companies, and subscription services get a steady stream of your effort turned into their profit. You become reliable cash flow for everyone else, except yourself. Here's a simple test that changed how I see everything. If you quit your job today, how long could you live without changing your lifestyle? If the answer is less than 3 months, you're not safe, you're contained. Most people can't even make it 1 month. That's not security. That's a comfortable prison with nice furniture and fast Wi-Fi. Once you see the loop, you can't unsee it. Work, earn, spend, work harder, spend more. We treat it like a law of nature, but it's not. It's a system. And the biggest lie in that system is the idea that a salary makes you rich. A salary makes you busy. Too busy to notice where your money goes, too busy to build assets, too busy to buy back your time. The shift starts with different questions. Not how can I earn more, but where is my money actually going? Not how do I upgrade my life, but how do I build assets instead of obligations? You don't need to quit your job tomorrow because the escape isn't traumatic, it's intentional. You stop confusing income with wealth, realizing that your salary is temporary while assets are permanent, and you deliberately widen the gap between what you earn and what you spend, moving that gap into things that work without you. When you build even 3 to 6 months of living expenses, something powerful happens in your mind. You breathe differently, negotiate differently, and take smarter risks. Optionality appears, and optionality is freedom. The goal was never to earn more, it was to need less, because the moment you don't need the paycheck, it loses its power over you. The salary trap is real, subtle, and everywhere, but it's not unbreakable. And the people who escape aren't smarter, they just notice earlier. If you want to understand how assets work, how money psychology actually controls behavior, and how to build real financial freedom step by step, subscribe to the channel. Every video is one move closer to a life where your time belongs to you, not your paycheck.